Here comes the nasty gram.
Send a priest to save my soul, forget it.
Welcome back to the Nastygram RPG podcast. This is Cyberpunk Red Rising, Episode 8, Vanguard.
It's the poison to the heart of a cynic.
It's nearly dusk. Rise and shine, citizens of Night City. Does anyone care what she has to say?
The audio cuts to a clip of a woman behind a podium. President Kress, leader of the new U.S. The headline reads, Re-Entry Summit. The woman begins to speak. The Arasaka Corporation will never step foot on American soil while I hold the presidency. Their negligence gave way to a catastrophic failure that cost lives and the heart of one of our brightest cities. Cuts back to the voice.
A city that you abandoned, President Kress. Where's the aid money? Where's the promised relief packages? All we see is Militech in our streets. Your own private corporal lawmen. You use us for your politics, but in practice, let us frag and die. Night City won't forget. It's the scribe to little birdie. Come swim in my data pool. I'll keep you from drowning.
Welcome back to the Nastygram RPG podcast. This is Dan. I am your game master for a little Cyberpunk. And I'm joined by...
What's good, fam? Matt here, playing Mazzinho, the heavy gunner.
This is Jake, and I'm playing Fish, the archaeologist, kind of.
Hey, guys, it's John. I am playing /Root. Pissing his pants right now.
And this is Devin. I'll be playing Bugbear, the big metalhead to Dan's little Cyberpunk.
Aww.
Slash is pissing his pants right now because you have just wandered into the ruins of the Onizuka Corporation, And you know that the place is somehow littered with iron sights, a rival gang that has set up here in competition with the Tiger Claws. Gunfire has just opened up. Can everyone roll initiative for me?
Are we re-rolling?
Mazzinho?
17.
Bugbear?
21.
Fish?
17, but lower than Mazzinho's because I don't have a dex bonus.
Okay. And Slash?
10.
Bats.
Okay. The gunfire rips down the hallway. It strafes. It seems like they didn't have a good lock on you. What do you guys do?
About how far away is this individual?
You're guessing from where the muzzle fire was, he's probably about 40 feet from you.
Okay.
Posted up on the corner of what you assume is a large corridor. It's hard to make any real judgments about this space because the light source right now is from an antiquated flashlight and muzzle fire.
I see the shape and I say, cover me. And then in a surprising flash of just pure effort, Bugbear runs towards this individual. My movement speed is 30 feet. However, my rampage ability as a brawler, I can spend a bonus action to move my speed towards danger.
Okay, I like it.
Which should get me there.
It should, but I need you to make a dex save for me first.
I can do that.
Can I give him advantage on that?
Sure.
With so I have an ability called Positive Reinforcement. Give someone advantage on a saving throw.
That helped considerably.
So I don't know if you want to narrate how I help him because I don't know why I made a deck save.
Oh, you know what? I have advantage anyways because I
never
think
mind.
I'm a brawler.
Fuck
You help.
Oh, I
Jake.
don't.
You, well,
He doesn't need my help.
for meta reasons, you don't use your ability, but for game reasons, you do shout out at something else that you identify in this hallway. Because number 7 that was rolled for the building and how it was laid out is what, John?
There's a minefield down here.
Yes, there is a minefield down here that Bugbear just ran headlong into, but through Lady Luck
Or pure speed.
or pure speed,
It's actually, he hears the warning from the rusted old man, and he takes this step at the last moment. He lunges across opposite this person, plants his foot on the wall, and then pushes and leaps off and close the distance. 2 hands clasped over his head, and he's going to bring him down at this individual.
roll to attack.
At 5th level, which we now are, I can use, I normally have Reckless Attack, where I can gain advantage on melee attacks on this turn. Or I could use Power Attack, which has a reduced chance to hit, but I do more damage if I hit. At level 5, I can use both at the same time. It's called Haymaker.
Okay.
And it's a straight roll, so I got a 16 to hit, +1.
16 hits.
With my power arms, I do 1d10 damage. With my smash ability, once per turn, I can add normally 3d6 damage, but if I use power attack, it's 3d12.
Zinnia, you're going to be up after this. Okay, sounds good. Why don't you roll some dice for me? Let me know what you're going to get. And Mizinho, if you want to think about what your move is going to be. I will say, now that you know that the minefield is there in this particular hallway, there's 2 options. You can run through the field, and you can get there this round, but you have to make a deck save. If you want to pick your way through, you can get halfway there, and you can roll advantage for each of the 2 segments that'll take you to get across the hallway.
Okay.
So running is a straight save, and
So 1 regular save or 2 saves with advantage?
yes,
How does that work out mathematically?
I don't know. It's just slowing you down getting to the other end. That's all.
And there's only 1 iron sight that has attacked us so far.
So far, yeah.
I mean, Mazzino can't shoot at him because he's in combat. I think he's just going to wait. He's going to take a position where he is and just watch down the hallway.
Okay. Devin, what did you get for damage?
42 points of damage.
Holy shit.
His skull breaks open and he collapses.
Splash!
Wow. That is not what I expected.
Wow.
I'll just put a little cross through that. You land both fists kind of in a club position on top of his head, and clearly something collapses in his neck.
Oh, shit!
He falls to the floor.
Does he have a weapon?
He does. He has a assault carbine.
Does it have a flashlight attachment on it?
It does not. Apparently, he's got some sort of helmet that you've crushed that had some sort of HUD display, and it's no longer functional.
He chastises himself. It's a fucking lead head.
Are we out of combat?
Yes.
Do we have to... Nice. I love the one action combat. Do we have to make checks to walk through?
Now that you're not under pressure, you guys can kind of pick through. You have
You
a
see
light.
the eye, one of the eyes on Slash light up, and he looks around and he picks out some of the UV signatures of the mines.
Yep.
As they're tucked into rubble. Whoa! Watch that, Mister. Watch that, Ms. Right there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I slowly make my way over to the corpse. Lots of cybernetics.
It's hard to find the human in him.
Yep. I take a pretty close look at him. I'm going to use an ability called It Has a Weakness.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you give me at this level, you give me 2 pieces of information about the iron sights, I assume. One of their strengths and one of their weaknesses, and it's sort of like a game term thing.
Sure.
The example it gives is black bears are known to be easily spooked. They have a -3 wisdom saving throw. Other examples it gives are what is their greatest strength? What is the most damaging attack they have?
Sure.
What is the range of their weapon? Best saving throw, etc.
Okay. I'll give you a couple of things. One, they have what's called a blood store in their cybernetics, which allows them to use an action to recover between 1d12 and 2d12 hit points if they're alive to do that.
I really want one of those.
So that is something that can keep them going longer than you would have expected.
Mm-hmm.
You can see on his chest the lights of the telltale blood store are kind of generally kind of fading out as you're looking at his corpse. You know that had he survived that hit, he would have instantly used it. And then a weakness, you can see looking at them, this is military grade cybernetics. And you know that most of what is being used here is pretty serious stuff. What occurs to you as a possible weakness isn't necessarily their hardware, but their minds. And if they do truly tip over in like a combat situation, then it's possible that they not only attack you, but they attack their own.
So as I'm looking them over and telling you guys this, you probably think like this is the first, like Fish is very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Low tech,
but he knows a lot about tech. He just doesn't really use it himself. So he's explaining this and he looks up and says, this hardware was not installed by your run-of-the-mill Ripper doc. This was done in a state-of-the-art lab.
Bugbear's like crouching down. Yeah, some of this stuff is preem.
And it's way more than any human mind can handle.
Well, altogether, piece by piece.
Yes.
Well, they did say they're on edge, right? I mean, they're riding that line, and a little shove over the line might get them to snap, right?
Exactly.
I think I got an idea if we need it. Yeah.
They might be powerful, but their minds are not.
It's like Militech doesn't even need to give them eddies, just free chrome.
We can use this against them. I'm going to use another plan called When the Plan Comes Together. It's a reaction you use after you use a different plan. And basically, like, kind of through looking this stuff over and inspiring everyone with a little bit of hope of like, yeah, these guys are tough, but like we can use it against them. I give everyone temporary hit points.
Great. Sweet.
So everyone gets, it's 2d4 plus my int bonus. So I rolled 5. So everyone gets 10.
That ain't nothing.
10 temporary hit points.
Nova.
John, go ahead and make a perception check with advantage for me.
Oh,
Crit 20.
You hear the distinct sound of something being chambered. And then
Get into cover.
from somewhere, maybe
Slash dives.
70 yards back, the tunnel erupts in noise as the number 1 roll that you guys takes aim and fires. Who rolled a 1?
Who
did that?
God,
Who did that?
You know what? If none of you guys want to admit it, it's fine. It's
so
cool.
You rolled a 1, and your thing was the fucking the cannon from Mario. It's just a giant bullet that fills the whole tunnel.
Yep.
Bullet Bill.
What
I
did we
jump
do-
over it.
What was decided that number 1 was?
It's a freaking tank.
It's a tank.
It started as a joke, all right? This whole idea of a tank. I thought John was just being funny.
It is an anti-personnel tank, one that can roam the halls. And it is just fire to shell. Now, because John made his check and he rolled a 20, you all have an advantage dex check to make.
Thank goodness.
20 the hard way.
14.
Also 20.
Do we have like luck or anything?
Inspiration.
You all should have one inspiration starting out.
Not gonna help.
Does it stack? Do you get more than one?
What's it do?
Add a d6 to your roll.
I don't think it matters. I rolled 7 and a 1. I'll take the 7.
Oh, I hear the chamber. And I yell, "Look out!" And Slash, like we're over this body, and like there's the side wall with a bunch of like wires hanging over. He jumps up, grabs one of the wires, and like swings across to the catwalk. I'm using watch this,
Okay.
which will let me roll my influence dice after I know the result. But after I roll the die, but before I know the result, for a it's Dex acrobatics. Is that?
And
seem
what is
okay?
it? What is it going to do for you?
Just lets me roll my influence dice to add to the result.
To add to your
My
dodge
yeah.
or your dex
Yeah.
save? Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so I got a 19.
The DC was 50.
Good. I needed that.
And if you made it, you take half damage, which is 16. If you didn't, you take 32. As
Roll Vans down, huh?
an incendiary shell blasts through this hallway and rips into the wall. And on the heels of that, this tank is... It has sort of those triangular treads, and it's almost kind of bipedal. It's got a shoulder cannon, and it has a pair of machine gun emplacements on its torso. And it is moving at a high rate of speed down this hallway towards you. We'll stay in the initiative order that you had. So we've got Bugbear at the top with a 21.
I bet our PV3 pistols can definitely penetrate the armor of that thing, huh?
Just smash it.
What's your PV?
My PV is 3. Oh, boy.
Yeah, and everyday heroes, if you don't have higher than the PV, it just doesn't do any damage of the vehicle.
Bugbear's going to... I'm going to just take the dodge action and just sort of look around at everyone else, like, and ready to make a move. This thing... Are we around sort of a corner from it? Are we able to have... Or do we have
You're
cover?
at an intersection right now because the Iron Sight gang member had posted up in a corner to attack you.
Yep.
You had sprinted down, kind of reflected off one wall to bounce attack him, and then the four of you had kind of crowded around that kind of corner spot.
Yep.
The shell went off maybe 6 or 7 feet from you on the wall adjacent, and you can see scattered around you that Slash has kind of rolled out of the main line of fire of this thing, whereas Fish is reeling against the wall. He's kind of half sitting against it. There's blood running from his ears and from his mouth. And Mizinho, you took half, right, Matt?
Yes.
He has kind of set up under the opposite corner now from you, taking kind of a half cover.
Bugbear's going to grab Fish and pull him around out of the line of fire.
Okay. Then we've got, I think...
He snaps at you. Hey, wake up.
You see Fish is staring down the tunnel in the direction of the tank. He's pointing his flashlight, but he seems completely shell-shocked. He's just pointing his flashlight somewhere. You're not sure.
Mizinho, you're up.
Mizinho is behind that cover and he unslings his Budget Arms PKM from behind his back and clips in one of the 7.62 rounds into the chamber on the belt, and he stands up from behind that cover, rests the barrel on, and he says, "Now it's time to party." And he's gonna open fire at this thing with his Budget Arms PKM.
All right, go ahead.
I am just gonna roll flat. I'm not gonna roll reckless. That is gonna be a natural 18 to hit, so it's a 24 for the first attack.
That'll do it.
First salvo of rounds from the PKM. Second is only a 15.
Okay. 15 hits.
Oh, shit. Okay, so
It's big.
heavy machine gun has a PV of 5.
Wow.
That's very good.
That's 13 and 14, 27 damage
Not nothing.
as the PKM just starts.
Again, this is chaos because you've got an old man kind of pointing a flashlight down the hallway, and then the muzzle fire just flickering on and off as it begins lighting up the hallway. As you see, you can just sort of make out small tracer lights on this tank that is clearly operating with, some sort of infrared or night vision independently on security measures. And it is moving probably about 30 miles an hour down this hallway towards you.
Oh, okay.
It is very fast.
How far away is it right now?
It's probably another 50 yards away.
Devin, did you hold your initiative?
No, I
Just got you to safety.
I did like a dodge.
You just didn't do anything.
Yeah.
He dragged you to cover,
Yeah.
is what he did. And it's your turn.
Can't do anything.
You can do what we discussed in terms of recovering hit points.
Oh, I don't remember.
So we talked about a couple of things, and one of them is the stim pack, which allows you to use your hit dice to recover
Right.
hit points.
Right. So Fish is pointing the flashlight down the hall, and Devin, he grabs Bugbear, and I'm yelling in your ear, and probably no one can hear because the sound of that gun. Here's a nastygram, and you realize what the flashlight is pointing at. Can I use an ability called "What if we use this"?
I already know where this is going, and I love it. Go ahead.
Can basically it allows you to use something in your environment as a resource that it would normally be able to be used as. Can I allow Bugbear to use a mine as a grenade, essentially?
Absolutely. That's a great one.
So you hear, there's a pause in the gun for just a second, and you hear, "Kick it!"
I turn my head and look at where that light is.
I'm looking at his cybernetic legs, which I know are insulated.
It's actually my cybernetic arms.
Oh.
You're kind of coiled, ready to go, but Slash, you're up next.
It's 50 yards away.
Yes.
Or maybe Slash will do it.
I hear. Well, I'm up on the edge and I hear that. So you see the glowing tattoos. You see the tattoos on Slash start to glow, and his hair lights pink, and he's running down this corridor on the side, basically on the inside of this corridor. Tank's coming at us, running at the tank. He goes, "Come on, metalhead, come on!" And he's just gonna shoot. I'll shoot. No, I'll shoot at it. But I don't know if it's gonna do anything.
Yeah, go for it.
2 shots. Ding ding. 16.
What's the PV? You hit
3.
Okay. You make clear hits, but
nothing.
I won't have you roll damage.
Yep. But I'm going to use my bonus action for banter.
Okay.
I can give my allies an opening and draw attention that can see or hear me. Next attack one of my allies makes against the target is advantage.
Very nice. It pivots on its kind of automated turret, and it's clearly it kind of comes to a very fast stop and pivots, and it's about to open fire.
Yep.
And it's going to do so. What's your AC?
16.
That's a D.
That's fine.
D12.
That's fine.
What the fuck am I doing? It's still a D12. All right.
I assume it's not within 5 feet of me, right?
No. And it is going to use burst fire. So it hits and it does. It is D12s.
12.
Both of them didn't hit. Only 11 damage.
Okay, I can take it.
Both turrets kind of spray across the hallway.
I jam into a door frame trying to get cover and bruise up my elbow.
The door
losing.
gives way just as the heavy fire draws across. So you're taking damage more from blasting through this doorway into wreckage than you are the actual gunfire.
Yeah.
Top of the round.
So Mazzino's just standing in the middle of the hallway.
Mazzino's on the corner. I think he's got half cover.
Yeah.
Yep. Devin. Bugbear.
Bugbear, he dashes towards the mine where the light is shining. And he reaches down and he grabs it with his hand.
Okay. Make an intelligence save. No. Make a
Athletics?
Yeah, make an athletics check for me.
To what?
To just not fumble this thing.
Okay.
Yep.
11.
Okay. You needed a 10.
12. Since I leveled up. So I grab it.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good. I turn around and I take this like a crow hop. And I have my hurl ability doubles the range of thrown weapons.
Oh, shit.
Pretty useful. Did you just get that?
No, this is one of my basic.
Okay.
Basic
You're
moves.
Goliath.
Yeah, 100%.
His arms
Is
are
this Screed?
way too big for his body.
Always the right question to ask.
He picks this up, and then he doesn't even. I mean, it's this protocol that's in his cyberware, in his Olympus cyber arms, that are in throw mode, and so his arms jut out like a javelin thrower.
Yep.
And then he just runs, and then just this arm, you hear this whirring as his body just contorts, and this thing just is on a line. Down the
Devin
hallway.
is
Discus.
living his ultimate frisbee dream.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah, I toss it. I give a backhand toss.
It flies. Can you make an attack roll, please?
Yep, and I have advantage because
Yes, you
of
do.
the
Yes, you
banter.
do.
13 on the die for a probably improvised weapon with my strength. So 6
That
plus
hits.
6, 19.
Roll 66 explosive damage.
Ooh, boy.
I'm glad you didn't land on one earlier.
That's
damn.
crazy. Smash. I need to look at this real quick.
Look at Jake using a disadvantage of his environment and turning it into a win.
That's what genius does, right?
Smash is a melee weapon. Cool. Oh boy.
That's a lot of sixes or five. Some,
15 plus
it's
12.
a really good roll.
Do you like
That's a
playing
great roll.
Torlots?
It's great. It's awesome. Dude, I rolled for my attack. I do 1d10 plus 3d12 plus
Jesus.
Yep.
plus 15.
Yeah, it's the barbarian.
Yeah, so I got 15, 21, 27.
27 on 66. That's pretty
Tie. 3 5s, a 6, 2 3s for the math nerds out there.
This, you can see the red light flashing on the mine as it's whipped through the darkness. And
No regard for his own safety.
the muzzle fire of the tank as it strafes the hallway is kind of lighting up the scene periodically as this mine collides, and then a bright ball of fire erupts around it, and you can see that it's been launched further down the hall.
Nova.
And it is Mazzino's turn.
Is it still visible?
It is. It is toppled, and you can see that it's using one of its guns to kind of nose down on the cement to right itself back up.
So it's prone.
Currently, right now, it can't move because of the way that its treads work, but it's righting itself. We're going to.
Okay. Mazzinho will push down the hallway to get closer to it to get a clear shot, and he's just gonna plant his feet and open fire again
All
and
right.
just start spraying at this thing.
Make a couple of attack rolls for me.
Lowest is a 14, highest is a 19.
Actually, it's prone. The 14 does hit.
Where?
And Fish, you'll be up after this.
13 damage.
Again, the muzzle fire flashes. This is the way you're getting kind of the whole combat is unfolding in flashes, in this kind of pictorial way.
So the first salvo hit, the second salvo missed, which gives me 1 determination point.
What do those do?
That is one of my level 4 talents, Street Warrior training. I use strength instead of charisma for intimidation, but when I fail an attack roll, I gain 1 determination point, max of 3. For each point, I get +1 on attack, +2 on damage, and when I hit, I lose 1 determination point.
Okay. Fish. This mine has brightened the entire area. You've kind of got it burned into your retina again now. You know that there is a pretty substantial fight happening further down the hall, probably about 30 yards from you.
I'm going to try to keep the flashlight facing that direction, but I open up I carry probably like a little side pack, and I pull out a stim and shove it in my leg.
You immediately, your eyes widen. Your heart starts pumping. Why don't you roll some dice? Some
How
hit dice?
many can I spend?
I'd say each stim pack does up to half of your hit dice. So
Okay.
you would need another to use all of your hit
Rounding
dice.
up or down?
Now you can use less than that.
Yeah.
We'll just say that that's how it doses. Like
Sure.
if you were to do more than that, then you could go into cardiac arrest.
And you just roll your hit dice,
Yep,
right? You
plus
don't add plus con.
I'm pretty sure it's plus.
I think you're right. Yeah,
All right.
it is. Is it just
Anytime you roll hit
per
dice to
die?
regain hit points, yes.
okay per die?
Okay. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do 2. 7 and a 1, so 8 plus 4.
Okay.
You got some bunk stims, Chuba.
And that's all I'm doing.
All right, Fish. Then it's Slash. You were for a second pinned down in this room, and then you hear the mine go off.
Yeah.
Your ears are ringing, but you know that the gunfire is
Turn
stopped.
it off.
Yep.
Okay. I will. Slash is going to. It's basically now I'm like kind of perpendicular to where it is probably now, right? Like I ran up, it turned and shot at me,
Yeah.
so I'm kind of like on the opposite side
Roughly.
of
Yep.
the. Slash is gonna. I'm gonna hold an action to see if anyone comes around the corner, like showing like a more
Sure.
Ironhead showing up.
Yep. You kind of peek your head around. The hall is long and dark.
Yeah.
You can see one of what looks like a laser targeting system, an assist on one of the 2 guns, kind of moving around as it's trying to self-right itself.
Yep.
And then you also notice kind of towards as you duck your head in or out into the hallway once, then twice, you can see that this shoulder mounted, whatever it is, a 50 cal or some sort of small missile-based weapon, pivots, levels at 90 to the hallway, and fires. Whoever's in the hallway, I think that's Mazzinho and Bugbear.
Yes.
Can you guys make deck saves for me?
Danger sense, I have advantage.
Okay.
Okay, Spider-Man.
Look at the shoulder.
That one.
16.
I'm gonna. It's not even worth using inspiration for that one. Do you need to go to the bathroom and clean yourself?
He's busting.
That roll was brutal. If you made the save, take 22 points of damage. If you didn't, take 42 points of damage.
That would down both of us in one
Wow.
shot.
Bugbear yells back. Mazinho 0.
44.
No, I'm not.
44.
He doesn't know. He thinks you are, but he just needs.
He thinks that you just got hit by a missile.
Yeah.
Which you did for the most part.
What are you guys at? Just curious.
I have 22 left.
I have 2.
2. Oh, good thing you had those 2.
Yep.
Yeah, whoever rolled that one. Such a dick.
Yep. Did it to myself. That's
Coming back around.
a nat 1 on my nat 1.
All right, Bugbear, you're up, top of the round.
About how far away is this thing?
From you, about 40 feet.
I'm going to do the good old rampage run up as a bonus action. I can move my speed towards danger. And I leap the final few meters, and I look for a vulnerable part on this. That shoulder.
Sure.
That shoulder weapon. I might not be able to...
Just rip it off.
Yeah, I saw the shots go off from Slash's gun. It didn't really bust through the armor, but maybe this unit might be,
I like it.
in this...
Cyber arms like straining against the thing.
would you like me to make an attack? Or I can...
Are you trying to grapple it, or are you trying to... what are you trying to do?
I want to disable this shoulder-mounted turret, whether that's... I can see sort of articulation points that I can perhaps just
Disarm.
Rip. Yeah, I can just
Yeah.
rip it off rather than trying to smash it.
Do you have anything that does damage to objects?
I have advantage to break objects with my crush ability.
Okay.
So if I make an athletics check, I would get advantage to break it.
Why don't you do that then?
I will do that. That's also the ability that gives my melee +1 PV. I only got a 13, 14.
You grab hold of it, and it is still hot. And you're trying to force it down, but it is taking all of your strength. It is kind of bouncing up and down as it's trying to level itself back parallel to the hallway to take another shot. You can continue to contest, or you can let go.
I'm going to try and sort of control where it goes and where it pivots if I can. Try and control the
Why don't we
grapple.
make a contested strength roll?
13, sorry.
He rolled worse. He got a 3. So, rolled a 3 and got an 8. So, you are now in control. Next round, you can exert where you want the gun to go.
Cool.
Mazinho.
Mazinho. That rocket blast probably sent him flying back a few feet, slammed up against the wall, knocked the wind out of him. He's got lacerations on his face and arms. Blood is coming out of his mouth and nose. And he's just going to kind of lean up against the wall and give a chuckle. Fuck!
You're alive. Little help, Chum?
He's going to reach into his pack and he's going to use the stim.
Go for it. Fish, you're up next.
I'm pretty far back, right? So I can't really see this.
You're at this corner, so
Yeah.
you're another you're probably from where it's toppled over, where Bugbear is wrestling with it. You're probably about 30 yards, so like 60 feet.
And remind me the way piercing value works in this. If your piercing value is lower than its armor, you just do nothing.
Correct.
Okay. Cool.
I would make an allowance if you were up close. You could probably target something on it, and at point blank, you could do something. But you'd have to get close, which is dangerous.
I don't really know if there's much I can do, to be honest. Yeah. I'm assuming it has more than a 2 armor. I mean, probably no.
You know that.
Well, I shot my pistol has the same PV as yours, so it bounced off.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move up to that corner, but not go around it.
Okay.
And
You post up on that
yeah,
corner.
Yeah, that's it.
You see down the alternate hallway lights.
Alternate hallway lights.
So you're on in an intersection, which is where the first iron sight went down. You posted up in the corner to look down towards where the tank is. Now in the hallway that you're standing in, you see lights going from door to door.
Okay.
It looks like they're on like a probably a helmet light or a gun light.
All right. Cool. Okay. I say there's someone in the other hallway. That's it.
Yep. Okay. And Slash.
Probably take dodge action too, right?
Oh yeah, I guess I could dodge.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm within at least a move from the mech.
Yes.
Okay. Slash hears that and just jumps out over the railing into the tunnel and dashes towards the mech, and puts his slugger into his holster, pulls out his agent with a cord, like all in one motion, and looks for the access point on this. And I'm going to use my genius plan, my hacker plan I'm in, to attempt to hack into this vehicle.
Okay. There is a panel. You're going to either have to like bust off the lock, or it doesn't have traditional access.
I'm going to use a reaction.
Sure.
I'm going to use. Here's what could happen when a ally is about to do something that may be dangerous or have a negative outcome.
These are all very quirky moves, Jake. Well done.
Yeah. So what I do is I say, there's a pore under the arm. Bugbear, lift it. And so what this does at our level, I can pick 2 allies, and each of them gets can do 2 of these benefits during this scene. So you can re-roll a failed ability check or saving throw, gain advantage on an ability check or saving throw, and reduce the damage taken from a single source by half.
Wow.
So you get to do 2 out of those 3 things.
That's pretty awesome.
Cool. Okay, so what would this be? Security, probably?
Yeah.
I'm not trained, but... Or can it be computers? No, because that's a physical.
Make it security.
Yep. Okay, I will use advantage on that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will re-roll.
I'll re-roll. 2 and a 4.
Oh, boy.
I'm rolling like Garbo right now.
When you re-roll advantage, I think you re-roll both dice.
Oh, do you?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, because you're rolling with
Very
advantage.
powerful. But you rolled another 2.
Not this time.
You're switching dice.
This time.
You're switching
God.
dice. Last of the 4
chance.
dice.
Come on, Slash.
18.
There it
20,
is.
30, 20.
Don't let this
Ooh,
be your
nice.
outro, Choom.
Yeah. As Bugbear shoulders this cannon that he's trying to wrestle into place, it lifts high enough for you to jack into a port that it has for actually its guidance. It's to calibrate guidance. It's a sort of a routine maintenance thing, so it's not as secure as the rest of it.
Yep.
And you are in.
We've got a tank.
Slash says, I got control bug. And you warned us of the people coming down.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Give it one last yank for good measure, and then I let go.
So I didn't move. That was my bonus. As an action,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be stupid, but we'll see if it works. I'm going to use We Interrupt This Program
Okay.
on the tank,
Mm-hmm.
on the tank speakers. And it will broadcast to any audio visual message to all media devices within 200 feet.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use everything that I got. I'm gonna use my vocoder to change my voice into a like robotic voice.
Mm-hmm.
And Slash says,
There is a traitor among us. You must root them out now.
you can tell it broadcast, but it hasn't. There's nothing coming back, and the tank or this anti-personnel device had been trying to right itself while kind of wrestling with Bugbear, has now just kind of stopped in its positioning.
Sorry, I have level 3 of that.
Mhm.
It's 1 mile.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
And it will
Damn.
repeat that message for 5 minutes.
That's awesome.
It's broadcasting. You know this, but no one else does.
Yep.
And it's broadcasting this signal. Jake, Fish is you're kind of huddled on that corner. You've seen the lights have ducked into a room and have not come back out. And we are now again out of combat.
After the 5 minutes, Slash will completely shut down the vehicle.
Mhm.
Well, no. I'm going to try to get as much information out of this about what the iron sites are doing, where they are, any kind of that kind of information that this vehicle has, and any codes that it might have for like access codes or command codes, that kind of thing.
Make another check for me.
Computers?
Yep.
Maybe it's like its path is saved in it like a Roomba.
Yeah.
Dan, I saw lights, right? They were using lights.
Yeah.
Okay.
The soldier earlier had been using some sort of night vision or infrared through his helmet.
I'll use my influence on, or not influence, I'll use my inspiration on this. 15.
And so is the tank like out permanently?
It is inert at the moment. 15. With a 15, you get the schematics of its not schematics, a map layout of its routine patrol.
Yep.
And then in addition to that, where the minefields are laid.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be anything regarding specific locations of iron sites because they're probably working in patrols themselves and don't have a necessary kind of correlation with that. But you do have a pretty good working position of, it looks like about 2/3 of the building. So likely that other third is where the tiger claws are.
Gotcha. Once I'm done with that and the message is gone, or the message stops playing, I'm going to attempt to like wipe it, zero it out, and leave it as inert as possible.
Wait. Can you unlock the rocket tumbler?
Yeah, Chum. Here. I'm going to try to unlock it. Let it.
Make one more computer check for me. Get an 18 or better, you can unlock it.
Just rip it off.
Nope.
Rip it off.
12. It's locked behind some encryption, Chum. It's going to take. It would
I
take me a
thought
lot.
you were some preem hacker, like famous, super famous.
Look, Chum. I get into news sites. I don't do this kind of military grade hacking.
Mazzino, what did you get for recovery hit points?
18.
18. Okay. So you're
Sitting
up
on
and
20.
walking.
I got 20, yeah.
Yeah. Up and walking. You guys have a moment to breathe.
I moved to the opposite corner so I have cover from that hallway, and I turn my flashlight off, and I'm just covering that hallway. I took something out of my pack. You hear a click, 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 click.
There is a small amount of light around the tank. It's got some, basic security lights that you had turned on. And so now that's your light source. The tank kind of laying there on its side with a security measure light that it has. And the four of you it's now quiet again in this structure.
Yeah, Slash has his ears up, hoping to hear the sounds of the cyber cycles killing each other. But we kind of go off into a dark corner, letting the light kind of spill out into the tunnel. And Slash says, "All right, I got patrol map of that vehicle. Here, I'm going to send it to your agents. It looks like it's, from what I can tell, most of this facility. and where all the minefields are. Like there's one right there and there. And
It funnels back to it looks like towards the back of the building where there is a parking structure.
there's like here, it looks like there's a parking structure here. Maybe it's from that tower. Also, hopefully what you said was right, Fish, where they are kind of like messed up in the brain, because I told them all they had traitors amongst themselves, and we'll sent out a broadcast message, and I'm hoping they're killing each other right now.
Is that thing going to turn back on?
I don't think so. I zeroed out its operating procedures and turned it off. I think someone would have to come by and turn it back on and install new orders into it for it to come back. But it's Militech. I think some military program. I don't know. I did what I could.
You can see in the panel that you opened up, there is the branding of Militech.
You okay, Mazzino?
I'll be okay. Mostly superficial.
All right, so does that map tell you how do we get to the middle, the heart of this thing?
I think so. I mean, the structure. Thinking back to the brain dance, does that structure correlate to, like, I don't know if I would get that much information from a map.
So
if it correlates with that,
what you do remember is the lanyard was taken off of someone in a vehicle that had collapsed through into the lower levels.
Yeah,
in the parking garage,
right.
And it now looks like, based on how the mines are laid out, and
that's what they're defending.
That's what they're defending, at least being flanked to that position. So,
gotcha.
Those sort of things start to correlate. You start to draw the dots.
I think, I mean, with that image that you saw, Bugbear, the guy with the lanyard and the car, I mean, parking garage, and look, the minefield here, it would prevent anyone coming down that hall. So they're definitely defending against it.
Might be more of these down there.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to send multiple of these. These must be big eddies.
Well, they have this version. They probably have the last version and the last one that Militech wants to test.
That was some crazy, man. Hey, Chum, when you ran up there and tried to rip off the missile launcher, oh, that was preem, man.
Bugbear gets down off of this thing. He was sort of leaning on it, sitting on top of it. And he's going to try and right it. He's going to get into like a squat.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to put his hands underneath it, best he can, and try and just like push and put this thing back up on its treads.
You, after some considerable effort, well, actually, make a strength check for me. This thing is very heavy.
You hear like pneumatic discharges from his arms as he's trying to push. 11.
Can't budget.
What are you trying to do, Chum? That thing's got to be a couple thousand kilos, man.
I could do it. I don't know if we can roll this thing along. Figured it might be some more.
What's your goal?
I don't know. Put it in front of us. Stop some more bullets, maybe.
I think we should just keep moving. There's a patrol down that way. I don't know why they haven't come out of that room, but we should move on before they do.
We should find them first. We don't want them behind us.
Are they in the direction of that garage?
Not quite. There, you could take kind of circumnavigate that way.
They're the more direct route, but we could go around it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we could go around it, but I guess the devil right?
Sure.
Maybe some more of this. And Bugbear picks up that Militech rifle from the first iron sight, slings it over his shoulder. I'm guessing it was a Militech weapon.
Mm-hmm.
He's got it.
The four of you proceed down that hallway towards where Fish saw lights go in to a room, and they have not yet resurfaced.
You guys see now, Fish has a crossbow.
Wow, you are serious.
Chum,
I'm going to hit a stim in that case.
what are you going to do with that thing?
These were designed to pierce armor.
How?
And they're silent.
Yeah. It's like a modern crossbow,
Yeah.
I imagine. Yeah. Somebody-
I mean,
straight
quote
up medieval.
unquote modern,
Yeah,
like
like
from
90s.
from like the 90s,
Yeah,
exactly. That's wooden.
Crank. Okay, Choom. You okay there, Pops?
Am I okay? I look around. I said, none of us are okay.
Oh, Bugbear looks pretty okay.
I'm fine.
Miz? A little rattled?
Well, no.
You ready to party?
Yes.
All right, Miz.
You almost got flatline, zeroed, dust.
Almost. Maybe next time you don't run up on things and it would be easier.
Hey, you want it shooting at me and not you. Do you have a cyber eye? Did you catch any of that?
I do have a cyber eye.
Preem.
You guys are now kind of edging your way down this hallway towards the door that Fish pointed out.
Slash goes shh, 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 and turns up his ears to see if he can hear anything.
You hear chewing.
I think someone's eating in there.
Bugbear busts down the door.
What?
Boom! Door flies off its hinges. Someone snaps their head up. It looked like they had bitten into someone's esophagus.
Cool.
His eyes are manic, and he screams, blood kind of falling out of his mouth, and everyone roll initiative.
Can I, with that thing when I see it, since I can't really be surprised because of my danger sense, can I use a bonus action to activate some cyberware?
Sure.
As he busts through this door, you just see, cyber limbs swinging, but down the back of Bugbear's head, just appearing from his hair, his little buzzed short hair, down his spine and down into his shirt, you see these LED lights, like a strip, and they start to flash with these little pinpoints, and then you see like a little traveling from that spine, that strip, through his looks like veins or his nervous system, just lights that dance across his skin. And I activate my Sandevistan, my adrenal booster.
Let's go. What did you get for initiative rolls?
18 for Slash.
13 for Mazzinho.
15.
6 for Fish.
All right. Slash.
Slash says, Slash goes, "What are you doing? What the dreck?" And he pulls out his slug. Well, he probably already had it out because we're breaching, and fires on him and runs up to him, firing on him. His tattoo's now lit up again, kind of sidling alongside of this room where it is just firing at it, trying to get its attention. First, I'm going to fire at it for real.
Mm-hmm.
So
For real?
For real. 24.
That hits.
One hit. It's plus 2, so 10 damage.
Okay.
Ballistic. I'm gonna use banter as bonus action. I am gonna get within. No, I'm not gonna get within. Yeah, I'll be near it, but not within melee of it. But yeah, next attack, it's advantage against it.
Okay. And that is Bugbear.
So my arms that swing one way to knock down the door, my Sandevistan activates.
sorry.
Go for it.
As he fires at it, I'm gonna use the insult to injury, which is using an influence dice to add damage, and he gets disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm basically going to, as I'm firing, he reaches into his backpack. He has one more can of glow paint and just sprays it in the air at him, just to try to blind him a little bit, or just try another 5 damage.
Okay.
And he has disadvantage next attack.
Irritated cyber eyes.
Yep.
All right. And Bugbear?
So this cyber psycho, what he sees is Bugbear burst in. He gets a couple of shots and then a spray of this glow paint. And through that glow, it's just these 2 big big, long shapes that come at him. And I'm going to power attack.
Go for it.
I'm going to take that advantage from the banter. +1 to this roll. I got a 10.
10 is a miss.
Okay. And then I get up in its face.
You are in its face. There is blood pouring out of its mouth. It is chewing on something from the other Iron Sights gang member.
Hey, there's only one in here.
And Fish. Or no, excuse me. Mizzino.
Mizzino comes around the corner of the smashed-in doorway. Does it look like he has a clear shot on this, or no, because it's in melee with Bugbear?
You could sidestep and have a small chance of hitting Bugbear, but, you have a pretty... the distance isn't very far. It's like 15 feet.
Bugbear's got big, long arms, too.
You're miss, of course. You don't give a shit.
Bugbear hasn't taken much damage.
Bugbear looks fine.
Better than the rest of us.
Yeah, I guess Mizzino comes around the corner of that room, and you just see the tip of his budget arms PKM come through that doorway first, and then he's going to open fire.
All right.
Just
Let it rip.
that's a natural 20 and a dirty 20.
Wow. Yep, both hit.
This guy's gonna get it. This
Roll your nat 20 die again.
Oh yes, finally.
All right. In the hole and cockeyed.
That's what she said.
You got a birdie.
When did she say that?
Why did she say that?
14, so that would be a dirty 20.
That hits. All right, we're going to use our critical injuries chart. Roll 2d6 for me, bud.
Oh, snap. 9.
Okay. You go ahead and roll your damage, and I'll let you know what the critical injuries chart did.
Dan's sad he didn't use it against us first.
I am. I'm not going to lie.
You kept doing fucking area attacks.
I know.
Yeah. Cannons and rockets.
Not what I hadn't planned, mind you.
24 on the crit.
Okay. The gun has clearly caught his shoulder, and you can see kind of cabled deltoids that just get eviscerated as he gets a not very exciting critical injury, but it's torn muscle.
Okay.
And he gets a -2 to his melee attacks.
He gets a Charlie horse.
Perfect.
Word.
Disadvantage and a -2. Holy
Yep.
shit.
Okay.
I have an increased defense, too, for my Sand Devastan.
Fish.
Is this fucking guy still standing?
Yes.
Second
Oh,
hit.
second hit. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's 14.
So
damage.
24 and 14.
Yes. 38 total.
Be bad.
As these 7.62 rounds just
Let me
start
ask again.
tearing through.
He's
Let me ask
very much
again.
still standing.
He's still standing.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
He's Cyber Psycho.
Ruh-roh.
Your turn, Fish.
Didn't
I
we
rolled
say
a
that
3 on initiative.
There was only 1-1 in this whole bad situation.
Does
Imagine he teleports.
have one of those? Does he have one of those blood baggy things?
Absolutely. You
Is
can
it-
see the light on his chest.
I shoot it
Okay.
with
Go
a
for it.
crossbow.
Okay. I like it. If you get a crit, you will disable it.
All right.
21st century Van Helsing.
I don't think I got a crit. I don't think I hit. I got a 14.
You miss.
Oh.
I like the idea, though. Start cranking.
It's an action, so I don't know what that means.
Okay.
To reload?
To reload?
Yeah.
Call it a reaction.
Or
A bonus.
bonus
Or
action.
bonus action.
Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Or move. Whatever.
So it lurches from where it sort of crouched over the body that it had in its grasp, and a blade springs forth from its arm as it launches itself at you, Bugbear.
I don't have much meat, cyborg. Put my arms up to defend myself. Did you roll at disadvantage?
Yeah, I rolled a 20 and a 17.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh,
and, he
thank
has
God.
and he has a -2, right?
That is a hit.
Beats a 14.
Sure about that?
Your defense is 14.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
What?
that's bad.
Really low.
I get I'm a brawler.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, I believe it.
The blade enters your abdomen. 30 points of damage.
Oh boy.
Still up.
Yeah, it ain't no 42.
He's screaming in your face. He's left the blade there
Okay.
for next round.
Is it attached to his arm?
Yes. So
He's
the blade
inside
has
of
gone
you.
through and he's grabbed hold of you with his hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Okay.
Okay.
And Slash.
Slash says, "What the?" And just he's gonna continue flanking around and just lighting him up with his slugger.
Sure.
Try to at least.
What are the rules about firing into melee?
I don't know if they're.
Are? Maybe they got rid of that?
Yeah, I don't think they're really.
They're never. I don't think in 5th edition.
Yeah,
they're-
because
Yeah,
like D&D.
I think they got rid of it.
You might be able to award cover
Sure.
to the target. You want?
Since it's pretty well established, its focus on you. I'll say it's very easy to position yourself
Yep.
to fire on him.
Yep. 17.
That does it.
Okay. Okay. I will just damage.
Bugbear, you're up next.
Okay.
Slash says, as he shoots him, he says, "You eating your friend because of a voice in your head?" Insult to injury. So he'll have disadvantage. I get 2, 6, 8 damage. And he has disadvantage on his next roll. Attack roll.
Okay.
And that will count, if you'll allow it, that counts as banter to draw attention.
Sure.
So next attack has advantage on it.
Okay. His eyes are following you while he's left the blade in
He's going to eat me.
your buddy. Bugbear?
I know it's too late. I remember Jake's little move to reduce damage by half. I'm gonna smash him. I'm gonna smash this guy. He's stabbed me. This blade. He's holding on to me. My arms, like I just push my shoulders back, and then my arms, I swing them together like the Hulk and do like the big clap. I'm just gonna try to smash the sides of his head.
Go for it.
So this is gonna be power attack. But with the advantage from my friend Slash.
Yep.
I make it an advantage. 10. 11 to hit.
That is a miss.
I'm gonna re-roll.
Okay.
Good idea.
Oh no, sorry. It's only an ability check, right, or a saving throw?
Yep. Not a attack.
Oh, it was only for the thing with
That scene.
the
Oh,
thing,
okay.
the thing with the thing.
Do you have inspo?
I rolled with advantage anyways.
Ooh.
No,
Oh, I can
D6.
roll
Inspiration
at a
six.
D6.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But
I
you
got
hit what? You hit an 11. You said?
I got an 11.
You probably need a 5
Oh,
or
man.
6.
Yeah. I don't know.
I got a 4, so 15.
6.
Oh, boy.
Okay. That's it. I'm panicking a little bit.
It looks like he's drawn he went tight to you all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So your clap ended up behind his head. Fish. No, we did Slash, Mizinho. Oh, Bugbear, Mizinho. You're up next.
I am just going to keep firing with the PKM.
If you roll a 1, you will hit Devin. FYI.
Okay.
We're just, because they are bound together at the moment,
They're dancing.
I just
I
want
will-
to let you know.
I'll roll recklessly then.
There's no room for
Perfectly.
Jesus.
Perfect.
Yeah. I get advantage, so less chance of me getting one.
I love it.
So go for it. Go get her out.
16 for the first attack. And a 24 for the second.
First one misses, second one hits.
Okay, so then the second one would be a 25 because the guy gaining determination point for the first miss. But I get plus 2 damage. That's shite damage. That's 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fish.
Devin, you're pretty hurt, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta do some gymnastics to make this work. So, you can use improvised weapons, right?
Yes.
Okay. Dan, so with that ability I used before to find a thing, because we're level 5, I get a free use of it.
Yep.
Like an extra use of it. So I'm going to use the extra use of it now. I grab like an arm off the ground, and I stick my thumb in, and I click something, and a blade comes out, and I toss it to I toss it to Bugbear. I say, Bugbear, and I toss it to you. So I'm going to use that to give him, a weapon.
Awesome.
I mean, you can apply whatever rules you want to it. But the whole reason I'm doing this is so that I can use my last genius point to use the plan went right to give temporary hit points.
Good call.
Yes.
So everyone gets 9 temporary hit points.
Beautiful.
I get 9 too.
No.
You too, Cyber Psycho. You're doing a great job. Cool.
And none of that is really an action, so I don't know. Can I assist Bugbear?
Sure.
Okay.
Here's what I'll say. Rather than trying to toss him the blade, you're able to put it in his hands.
Yep.
He's kind of like trying to flail back, and he's got one arm back, and you put the blade locks into a cybernetic arm, but it's got like a I forget what they call that. Not a tongue, but it's got an end. Yes. That he can grab hold of and swing on. You, Devin, this thing now, not really a man anymore, is screaming,
machine,
and
man.
his head's kind of shaking, and there's blood kind of splattering on you.
Me too, kinda.
His chest opens,
Cool.
and there is something inside that is glowing.
Oh, that's great.
And
Cool.
he is going to fire it.
Okay.
What?
Called a beam cannon.
Disadvantage.
Yep. What's your
My defense is 14. And this is not a melee attack, so he doesn't get his -2.
correct? So it opens,
It's a low defense.
and
Stop, Jake.
this bright kind of light flashes, and then a beam erupts from his chest.
Cool.
Yeah. You're not going to take full damage.
Why?
Good question.
I retract my question.
What's your strength bonus?
+3.
Actually, why don't you do this for me?
You have a 15
that's why
defense.
I wanted to actually add that.
+2.
Make
plus
a
your strength.
make a strength check for me.
I make that an advantage because of Sandevistan.
Okay.
He has a 15 defense, by the way.
With the Sandevistan would be plus.
Because you get
Say
your
that was Sam
you
doesn't
get your strength bonus plus your defense bonus.
He
for
rolled a
being brawler.
19 for
Oh,
his
okay.
strength check. So
For the-
I think
for-
he's going to keep you in a lock.
No, the attack.
His
He-
armor
he-
class.
his armor class is not 14. It's
It's-
15 plus a Sandevistan.
He misses.
The Sand Evanescent doesn't add to your armor class, though.
It
Okay.
adds to my
Your def-
defense.
Yeah, so 17.
Oh, it does?
+2 to defense. Yep.
Yeah, so you have a 17 defense.
Okay. He misses.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank
yeah,
you, John.
So it's 10 plus strength plus strong hero
Oh,
defense
okay.
bonus, which is +2.
I had
You
No.
at the
Are you a strong hero or a con?
Oh,
I'm a strong. I'm
Yeah,
a
strong.
Okay.
You're
I'm a strong
Yeah.
hero.
I'm strong.
at the last minute you twist out of his kind of bear hug, and this beam erupts through the room. The whole room goes white, and there's like a 4-foot hole in the wall behind
Slash
you.
root
Cool.
instead. because it missed you. It is slash-
Rules lawyer, this motherfucker.
And top of the round, Bugbear? Or no,
Slash, I think, goes first.
Yep.
He goes, oh, that was Nova, and wide-eyed, just firing at this guy. I only have a foe, actually. He shoots, tries to shoot again, and the second shot's a click. So he's out. He shot his last round, but he gets one shot at least. And misses. And then I use my bonus action to reload.
Okay. And Bugbear?
As the light sort of fades, he had closed his eyes as he moved away. And he opens his eyes, and as that beam, that aperture sort of begins closing, or it's, the light dims, Bugbear has that blade in his hand. He swings it around and drives it into that aperture.
I like it.
I'm not going to do a power attack. This is a more precise attack, but it is going to be reckless.
Okay.
Because maybe there's still heat and it's
Sure.
still, so I'm at advantage. 19 on the dice for a
We'll do it.
20 something. And I still get my smash, which is d6s instead of d12s.
Can't you destroy it to do extra damage or something?
When I use smash, if I use the weapon is destroyed, and we'll get.
Yep.
And then I get
Oh,
some
okay.
other stuff
Sorry.
too. What do you think the damage of this blade would be, Mr. GM?
Probably the standard damage on it is D10.
It's big max damage on the blade. 10, 20, 23, 26 points of damage.
Okay.
And the weapon is destroyed. I snap the blade off in the aperture.
It buries its way right through him. It comes out the other side.
I have bits and pieces, which when I smash and break a weapon, I can use my bonus action to do an improvised melee attack
silly.
with the remnants.
With the arm! The arm is getting over the arm.
The tang of the blade. There's just this broken off, jagged piece, and with a plus 16, with a 18,
18 hits.
I jam it into his face.
Okay.
It's only 1d4, but strength, max damage, 8 points of damage. And and the weapon is destroyed.
Further.
You've used all of it.
All of
Double
that.
destroyed.
Yep.
He's seen all of it.
Double tap.
The tang buries it into a cheekbone. It looks like it's passed under some sort of subdermal armor, and it stays there. He continues screaming at you. He is holding himself upright on you.
What
Fuck. The blade is still buried in your torso.
Yeah. We both both just stabbed each other and
Xenia.
busted off.
Yep.
Reckless.
Okay.
Dirty 20 and a 16.
16 does not hit.
Okay, that's 5.
Damage?
Yep.
Help!
I get 1 determination.
Fish.
I am completely out of powers.
Yep.
Things to do. I shoot him with crossbow.
I love it.
Miss.
Come on. His one arm is embedded up to the blade in your torso. He reaches around with his other arm, and it folds back, and there is a gun implant in his other arm, and he is going to fire on you at point blank.
Oh, you get to use the chart!
Yay! More
He crits
cyberware
on a,
for
He crits on a
Bugbear.
19 or 20.
That's fine.
You got a 19.
Hey, you got more
Dan-
cyberware, Bugbear.
Dan makes a crit chart, then he makes NPCs that crit on 1920s.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Min-maxing.
He builds the champion fighter. I build the barbarian.
Why don't you roll for the crit? I don't
Oh,
want to be
God.
responsible
Okay.
for it.
2d6, right?
Well, did
Yep.
you confirm it?
That's great. That's a great question.
17
we gotta
defense.
do that.
He does not. 15.
I pull my head. Oh, no, I put my head forward and headbutt him, and the bullet grazes my head instead of going inside of it.
And it does 16 points of damage.
Normally that would knock me down, but as I am a brawler imbued with all kinds of cyberware, the brawler actually does this. I do not fall.
Even with that would put you down, even with the temporary hit points?
My Sandevis stand. If you drop to 0 hit points, you do not fall, but you continue to make death saves.
Slash.
No, but I mean, with the temporary hit points, that still puts you down?
I had 9 temporary and 4 regular.
boy.
hit points.
Shit.
Slash for the love of God.
All right.
You reloaded.
Yep. I got
You've got a
one
full
influence dice left.
Is that an armor check?
What?
Yeah.
What's an armor
Yeah.
check?
Yeah, if you go to 0, it's armor check.
I'm not going to
Is it-
fall.
what's
I'm
the
not going to
PV?
fall anyways.
What's the PV of this?
3.
I
No,
have an
because
armor
if you
value of
make if you make the check, you don't take the
You
damage.
don't. You don't. Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Correct.
Yes, correct.
So I need to roll. I have essentially
It's half damage or 10, whatever's higher.
So,
And,
Half damage. He did what? 18. I said
16.
16. So, 10.
DC 10. I have a +3 because of my armor value, right?
And you're proficient with it,
I am.
so plus another +3.
16. You get +6.
No,
No, I think
That
it's
seems
just my
crazy.
armor value. I got a 15.
sure?
you don't
Okay.
add you add your proficiency. You don't add the value of. The
Oh, you're
armor.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
Oh,
get.
okay.
You just
You-
add
so
your
you take no
proficiency.
damage.
I got a 15. Awesome.
Good for you.
It hits your armor. Wow.
It's I have a cyber brain. The bullet hits the side of my head, and the hair and the
Now it
skin.
ricochets off and hits Slash.
Yeah,
Rule slurp, motherfucker. Ruining everything.
And
Okay. Yeah. Slash.
yeah, go ahead, Slash.
Yeah, I'll take 2 shots with my newly reloaded pistola.
come on, Slash.
Why won't this ugly choom go down? I rolled a 1, but also rolled a 19 on my second attack.
You rolled a 1.
Yes, I
You're gonna shoot this guy over here.
Yep.
He did say that.
Yep.
did. Yeah, you're right.
So
you're right.
roll damage for both.
You have 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Roll damage for both,
Yep.
and both of us are gonna make armor saves.
Okay.
I am going to. Do I know after?
Maybe it's an insult to injury.
Yeah, I'm hitting you with insult.
So this says I can give someone advantage on a save. Is
it
an
does
armor
save.
save a save?
I guess.
Yes, it is,
Yeah,
yeah.
why not?
1 second.
I don't know how I
I might not
I
do
don't know
enough
how I'm
damage.
doing
That's right.
that.
It's true.
So black is against bear, and then the green or blue dice is against the other guy. No, sorry, that's the other way around because it matches the d20s. So whatever matches the d20s. So yeah, I only do 5 damage to bear, and I do.
That's bad.
Is it worth using my?
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I did 13 to him.
He made his armor save.
Okay, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Yep.
So yeah, 13
So
damage.
we've reached that point.
So now he has a half. I forgot what it is. The degraded armor.
It goes down 1. Right?
Is that no? That hold on. Maybe. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
I think the DC of the save goes up.
No, you're at disadvantage after that.
You're at disadvantage.
Disadvantage to make the save
Yes,
after that?
yes.
Okay. And Bugbear. There is
Yeah.
this thing.
Sorry. Slash runs up to this, and I'm gonna use banter. I'm like, get off my tomb, and he's gonna try to he's shooting at him, grabs him by the arm. I'm gonna use banter as my bonus action to give the next attack advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
You kind of shoulder tackle him to try to shake him loose, but
Yeah.
he has like a,
Yep.
death roll grip on Bugbear. Bugbear, you're up.
He sort of turns his head and looks at Slash as the Slash comes up and is assailing him. And I put my hand on the side of his face and just push. And me be attached to him by blade, I run with him and go and try and just slam his head. I push towards the back wall of this room and go to slam his head. No power attack.
Okay.
14 on the die for a 20.
That hits.
My
I make this save with disadvantage.
Yes. What's your PV?
My PV is 3 with my power arm. One arm. I had 3d6 with smash. 16 points of damage.
10 DC.
You slam it into the wall. The wall fractures from the impact, and he goes still. Standing upright as you pinned him to the wall, he goes still.
You okay, Choom? Choom.
I
Is-
extricate the blade from my chest.
Is
You're
that
pulling you're kind of pushing off of him slowly as the blade is being withdrawn from you.
is that blood thing empty?
You see that light making kind of numerical progress. And you can see like from his wounds, there seems to be some sort of like a almost like a black ichor, and some of the wounds are like not cauterizing,
It's like Flex Seal.
but they're like sealing and stopping.
I say, Mazzino, and I actually like grab the barrel of your gun and like put it up against the guy's chest. Like,
Its eyes flicker open. It's looking at you. What do you do?
Kiss him.
Yeah.
Don't roll a 1.
Give him a kiss on the cheek. Reckless. Oh, 4 and a 4, so that's misses. And then 20.
You roll it. You have a third attack.
He's at
No, I have 2. I have advantage.
Right. And then
20 for the second attack.
20 hits.
I can't get over 5 damage on the dice. 7.
Let me.
Oh, wait, that's actually 9 with the determination point.
You rip off a couple rounds into his chest. It reaches one hand. The blade it's the bladed hand, and it grabs hold of the muzzle, and it's pulling it off of its center mass and reaching for you. Fish.
Cyber cycles are no fucking joke.
I'm like right next to him as well. I try to step back and try to shoot him again. Miss.
Come on!
Come on, crossbow.
A 15.
15 misses.
I see a bolt fly by. I'm like, what is that? 6 little punk.
What's your armor class, Mazzino?
Defense is 18.
Oh, fuck.
That's actually pretty good. He got a...
He has advantage.
He has disadvantage as well.
So it's straight roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me
'Cause I did.
let me re-roll.
do insult injury.
He hits.
The reroll, he got a 19. Crit. Roll the
He
chart.
did not crit.
That was strange.
You rolled a 15, got a 20.
Get him with the bite then.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I haven't hit yet. I've got a better attack bonus than a bugbear. I got a +8.
21 points of damage.
Thank God for those temporary hit points.
That hand pistol, that his hand folds back again and rips a shot off into, you're nearly point blank with one another, and you're just firing off these guns. Slash.
So stupid.
It's so stupid. He is in pieces. He is in pieces.
Why won't this thing die? Chat Slash is gonna take 2 shots at it.
Yep.
I'm out of influence.
Double 10s.
15 misses.
Misses. It moves faster than you think. Even under all of this duress, it kind of just snaps its head, moves its arm. Bugbear, you're just out of melee range as you've extricated the blade from yourself.
It's funny that you say that because my namesake, the bugbear, in fantasy, its arms are longer than they're
Do
unnaturally
they have
long.
10-foot reach?
No, not yet. But I just take a small step, and my arms swing up over my head. Power attack.
Okay.
Did the whole shebang bang. Reckless attack.
Yep.
19 on the dice for a
Got
20. That is 1d10.
Do enough damage to get over the
Yes.
the 10.
1d10, 3d12s, plus 15.
Oh,
Is
Max damage on the... Oh, my God. Max damage on the power arm. So that is 10, 24, 26, 31, 41 points of damage.
so he has to beat a 20.
DC 20 armor check.
He rolled an 8. You shatter an arm completely off,
I rip it and throw it across the room.
and he collapses sideways onto the floor.
I take another piece off of him
Yep.
and rip.
Whoa, bear.
You see that the rest of that blood store is just sprays as he pulls off the arm.
Like, kind of wanders towards Bear because he thinks he might be
Devin.
losing.
yeah,
it.
me too. I step back.
Yeah, there's some humanity lost
Let's
right
make
here.
a humanity check. We haven't done any of those recently.
No, I think there's been some humanity.
I'm gonna have everyone make one at the end of this scene for having walked in on that cyber psycho.
Could have just kept the door closed, guys.
Yep. Walked right on by. But Devin, make one for me now. And if you roll a 1, things are going to happen.
What is this? This is a
Wisdom.
It's a wisdom save. Is that what
I think this is where I use my positive reinforcement.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I put a hand on your shoulder
Sun's getting real low, big guy.
and I say that thing was not human anymore.
His hand is in its chest.
I say, you have to come back. You don't want to end up like that. Remember your brother. Remember why you're here. You got advantage.
I have a -1.
With advantage.
Yep. I got a 14 -1, 13.
What did we set the difficulty at? Did we have one?
I think you're the game master.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
the game master.
I mean, he'll probably just lose a certain dice amount of humanity. That's basically what.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to say the difficulty of this particular duress was a 15. So you did fail, but not by a lot. So why don't you roll a D8 for humanity loss?
Yeah, I mean, we could treat it like sanity.
Max roll.
Basically, treat it like sanity in Delta Green.
Yep.
So there
So
might,
fight or flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and just so we can educate our audience a little, our humanities, we said we're going to start at 60?
60
Yes.
minus whatever cyberware you took.
Right. And,
And
that big guy over there has got quite
You
a bit of
started
cyberware.
pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just lost a lot. Did we say there was a way to get it back?
We can.
Is there a way? There must be a way in red, right?
There
I mean,
is.
Probably not easy.
I
but-
think it's
Therapy.
I think it's
Yeah.
therapy,
Yeah.
honestly.
I have 40 humanity. -8 is 32.
Okay. I'm almost halfway there, bud.
Wow.
And anything under 10 is
you become sociopathic.
you become
It's like a-
sociopathic. Anything once you hit that threshold down there,
You
you're
eat us.
an NPC.
Yeah.
So it has gone quiet again. This thing is in pieces. Bugbear is breathing heavily over it.
Hey, choom. Come on. Take a breath. Take a breath. Deep breath. Walk away. Hey, Bear.
It's going to get up.
No. It's fine, Bear.
He reaches back towards it again.
Hey, Choom. He grabs your metal arm, like pushes you away as much as he can. Here, go sit over there. Go sit in the corner. Take a breath.
Looks around for a moment. He licks his lips. He reaches into his pockets for something. He pulls it out and unwraps it and starts eating. You can see the effects of the adrenaline
It's an esophagus.
leaving him. I just found this. You want some? And I start eating. I sort of start walking, and then my feet sort of start to give out, and then I fall onto the floor. I sort of catch myself and push myself up against the wall.
Fish. You can feel your agent vibrating.
Oh boy. And take it out.
You answer. You hear the voice of Ash 9 on the other end, and she says, "Still alive."
Who's that?
That's the
Tiger Claw. lady.
Tiger Claw.
Oh, right.
Who dis?
How's it going on your end?
Fine. It sounds strangely silent on her end.
All right.
Shall we meet in the middle?
Yes. You're aware of the mines?
Of course.
Of course.
Would you like a map saying where they are?
We should be fine. You hear the click on the other end. And that's where we're going to stop.
Okay.
You guys made it.
Yeah.
You added a lot to it, to be fair. Thank you for listening to Red Rising, a cyberpunk misadventure. Of course, we are forever grateful if you can leave us a review or, if you have a chance, share our stories with others, whether it's on socials, subreddits, a bullhorn, or a whispered secret. Check out our website for all your burning questions and eager updates. And don't forget, we have a separate D&D podcast because we're super nerds. Our intro music was a Wilhelm Scream. The theme song is Neon Drifter by Antti Martikainen. All scores by Antti Martikainen and Data Soundscapes. Their YouTube channel is Spacewave CR. Check them out. Thanks for listening. Don't forget, hack the planet.
That's nasty.
And you guys used all your health.
There
as
is
your-
one more
I still have
disadvantage I haven't imposed from your rolls.
That's true.
Which was it?
That was the 9. The net infrastructure's down.
Oh, yeah.
That would have just provided like an access point for you to have gotten what
Yeah.
the information you got from the tank.
Yep.
But good
We
job,
didn't go
guys.
that. We didn't go that route.
Yeah.
You made it.
We made it.
That was great.
That was awesome.
There's something in the middle, but
Are we going to lose? Are we going to roll for humanity as part of the scene for
yeah.
the rest of us?
Why don't we just right here at the kind of wrap up? Why don't everyone make a wisdom save? DC 15.
Oh,
Oh boy, I don't think I can make that.
Okay.
Fail.
9.
fail.
Oh shit, 19.
Hey,
wow.
he just doesn't give a
The
shit.
party boy doesn't care.
He's
Ice
partying.
cold. Ice cold.
Roll a D8 for me, everyone.
Oh God, another one.
Another one for Devin?
For Devin, roll a D6. We'll say you got your rocks off.
I've seen people cyber psycho like all.
Yep.
I lost 7.
I got a 5.
I lost 7 as well.
You guys have some powerful rolls.
Yeah, except when it comes to damage.
You could also, not to say it, like he has to take a humanity loss, but a save could still provide a humanity loss like sanity and Delta Green, just way less.
Success.
Yeah. I think we can kind of
Success.
alter the
Deal.
die that you roll too.
Yeah.
Or maybe we shouldn't.
Or
I
it
don't
could be
know.
like a D8 minus 4, so
Yeah.
it's potentially nothing.
Right. Yeah, he had 102 hit points
Holy fuck. And a blood bag.
and a blood
Damn.
bag.
So are we going to fight multiple of those if we hadn't gotten them to kill each other?
He was what my kind of thought process was, because you instigated all the infighting, was that he was a named character.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And there's
had you
drugs.
gone to the Iron Sights, you would have met him. And he was on the patrol that was coming to face you guys, and his, he just broke down under the messaging.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, good work.
Yeah, it's like if you didn't like turn them, they wouldn't have gone psycho, which would have been
Yeah.
too, tough mercenaries.
I mean, I didn't have a tank planned in my
Yeah, sure.
combat either.
That was fun.
You're welcome. That was
yep.
sick.
Good stuff, guys.